Bum, 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum, 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 bum. So 20 light years away from us, there's a planet that is apparently made of solid diamond. But I think there might be also a planet made of bismuth, and here's why. Here's my theory on it. So one of the processes that create a lot of the bismuth that we have here on Earth is a process that happens in red giant stars called the slow process, or S process for short, in which heavier and heavier atoms are formed by adding neutrons, some of them beta decay, and as they beta decay, the element number gets bigger as well. But between bismuth and thorium, you have a big gap where there's elements have very short half-lives, and so it ends in this chain right here. Lead-206 takes a neutron, becomes 207, which is also stable. It takes another neutron to become lead-208. It takes another neutron to become lead-209, which is unstable. It decays into bismuth-209. Bismuth-209 takes another neutron to become bismuth-210. It decays into polonium-210, but which has a half-life of only 138 days, which is pretty short for the lifespan of a star, and then it decays to lead-206. The end result is that the lead basically acts as a catalyst to convert every 4 neutrons into an alpha particle, and so you're left with mostly lead and bismuth as the end products. And so it got me thinking, what if we had a planet that went around a neutron star? And here's my best depiction of what that planet could look like. So you got oceans of bismuth, and lead melts at a slightly higher melting point than bismuth, so it will be a solid chunk of lead. You got neutrons coming in from space, and occasionally some of this lead will activate and then spill out into the bismuth ocean. Obviously, bismuth will continue to activate, and when it does, it makes polonium. Now, bismuth and polonium likely form a compound rather than an alloy, and the reason I think that is because there is a bismuth telluride. I want to try making some bismuth telluride at some point, and I haven't had a chance to try it because tellurium, if you mess up, will make you stink, so I haven't had a chance to try it. The bismuth polonide would presumably be a lot heavier than any of these things because it's a salt as opposed to metal. Salts are much more tightly bound, so it will sink in the ocean. And when it does, every so often, when it decays, it forms helium. When pressure builds up, eventually you'll have geysers, just like geothermal geysers, that will shoot all sorts of molten metal into the sky, out of perhaps even out of the atmosphere where it's cool enough to form solids again, and then it will snow bismuth crystals all over the place, right? Now, bismuth occasionally also decays into thallium-205, which is much more dense than any of this, and so it will sink way down here where it won't be activated anymore, right? So it could have a core of thallium. So on this planet, thallium would probably act like a precious metal that's very rare, right? Because only one out of every so many atoms of bismuth will decay every year. And obviously, on this planet, polonium would act like the main fuel, right? Just like we have fossil fuels here on Earth. Bismuth will be the main solvent of that planet, right? It would be comparable to what we think of as water here. Lead will probably be similar to salt here on Earth, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum, 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum, 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 bum.